Alright, let's do this again. From the top. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Ani-mity. Welcome back to the channel, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching from home. This is that time of year where I like to be able to reflect on, I guess, just everything that's happened over the course of this year and looking at the growth that we've had, uh, and just the amount of things that I have in my life that I am incredibly, incredibly grateful for. It does feel like a little weird doing a video like this so soon after I made my, "I'm back" video, but as I said, life just kind of has a tendency to life. But, one of the, I guess, solaces, one of the saving graces that comes with doing a video like this is kind of the moment where I kind of get to take a pause, take a step back, and really look at the course of the entire year and kind of give myself that grace of being able to just pause for a second. Life feels sometimes like it's moving so fast that so much is happening all at once that we never really get that chance to really sit down and grapple with and appreciate how much has changed and how much we've grown and how much we have in our lives to really be grateful for because we're so fixated on the stress of the moment that we don't get to appreciate the overall experience. And I kind of like recording these videos because there's no real there's no thought, there's no plan that I have with them. It's just me sitting down and just taking a moment to honestly look back and reflect. Um, and as I said, with this year especially, there's so much that I have to be thankful for. Just in my life, the fact that I've managed to make it to this point now where I've graduated from college. I've gotten my driver's license. It feels simultaneously like it feels like I'm closer than ever to finally being a functioning human in the sense that I'm like that much closer to feeling like I'm getting a job or that I'm bettering myself in that way. And because of that, all the things that I, you know, dreamed of but felt so far, far off in the distance feel so much closer now. And that's such a weird feeling. It's, like, weirder than I ever imagined that it would be, but it's here, and I'm so grateful for that because it's so many people who've given so much to me, toward my life, toward so much. I mean, I just have so many people that I'm so grateful for having in my life, and there's so many things about my life I'm so grateful for having that allowed me to get to this point. My friends, my family, to all of you guys, just thank you guys so much for helping me to get here. To my mom and dad who always believed in me and allowed me to have that freedom to be the best version of myself, even if I don't know what that looks like, and to embrace me in whatever form I chose to take in that moment and whatever felt right in that moment. And to my friends who gave me that freedom and that feeling that I could be whoever I wanted to be and they'd stick around. It's people like, my LA squad, like Knight, like, Goldie, like, people that are just so kind and so genuine and who are always, always there. And as I said, the people who kind of give me that motivation to keep going forward. It's something my dad once told me that things like marriage, a lot of the stuff that will come for me much later in my life, is the icing on the cake, and that it's meaningless without the cake, without you, without the meaning that you find in things. That he said, people, things, they don't make you happy. You find happiness in other things. You find happiness in people. You find happiness in those moments. But that's all you. You have that power. And I'm still working on kind of grappling with that because there's a lot of things inside that feel like I don't really have that power. It feels like there's a lot of things that happen inside my head, inside with a lot of things where I don't feel like I really have that control. But because of that, it also just makes me so much more grateful for the people around me. Because I guess in that sense, I'm motivating myself, but it's also because the fact that I have people who I want to be able to still wake up every morning to see. every day I love waking up knowing that I get to share this world with so many people that I love so much, and that I get to see all of you guys expanding your wings, soaring high up into the clouds, even beyond that to futures and to stories that I think are so amazing to see. Like I always like telling stories about worlds that never existed and about people who I've never met in my entire life, but I guess in a sense are inspired in some ways because as much as as much as I love the things I've gotten to do in my life and that kind of thing, I always loved the escape that I could have into other worlds. But that's also because of the fact that I just never felt like I really fit into this world. I never really felt like I belonged in this world. But there are friends who have succeeded in not only making me feel like a part of this world, but also who've made this world completely their own. And I've loved the paths that everyone has taken. I've loved seeing everyone figuring things out and making something of their lives and being able to make something beautiful out of what's been put in front of them and what they've been given. More than anything, that's been my greatest joy is like this role in a way I feel kind of like a grandpa just watching all of you guys grow and watching all of you guys get to soar and live your lives so happily. And it's something I've enjoyed, being here. Little moments I've gotten to spend with my grandpa. And I mean, my grandpa and I, we don't really, like, we love each other to absolute pieces. Not like we're like, that distant from each other, but there's a disconnect and it's kind of hard for us to really have that thing we're like bonded over. But the thing will always be bonded over the fact that we are Niazis, we are family that will always love each other no matter what. And I mean, even if Grandpa doesn't always understand what I'm going forward with in my life, even if I don't always understand where he's coming from in his perspective, we don't care. We just love each other so, so much. And I know he's happy seeing where I've gotten to go, even when I'm not the most comfortable or sure of where I'm going myself. And I mean, I've grown to appreciate my grandfather in that position so much more because of this realization of myself. Like, I love just waking up to see my friends and what they're doing and soar into whatever adventure they're going to next. My friends and my family are the greatest blessing that I could ever have in my life, and I will always, always be grateful for that. As in the fact that they've been the reason that I wanted to push myself, that I wanted to be the best version of myself because I wanted to be someone worthy of them. And every day I try my hardest to prove that. If not to them, because I think to them everything I've tried is enough, but to me it never was. But it's because of the fact that I just have such a high regard for them. I want to be the best version of myself for them because they deserve a good friend in that way. Sometimes I do feel like I still fall short of that mark, but the thing they've always given me is that freedom to keep trying, and that I'm grateful for too. The fact that I'm able to sit here recording these videos for you guys, the fact that I still have this platform that hasn't been taken away from me to be able to just look into the camera. And I mean, even if you don't see my face, the fact that there is someone out there who hears this voice and I hope feels some kind of a connection to the fact that there is a person behind this avatar who's just afraid of what will happen when the mask falls away, that there is someone out there listening to that, I'm grateful for. And the fact that I'm able to connect with people here and that I still have these passions that I do to be able to share what it is I'm capable of and what I'm working on and the processes of my life through here, that I'm able to build this small community, I'm always going to be grateful for. I always want to encourage people to like take these moments when they can because I know how stressful life can be and how chaotic a lot of life can feel. But I always want to implore people to, again, take these moments when you can and really think about all you've accomplished. It's hard, I know. It's one of the things I remember so many times when I was in high school and especially when I was in college. I'd be so fixated on the moment that I wouldn't realize just how far up the mountain I'd climbed. I'd be so fixated on the fact that there's still so much more mountain left that I wouldn't realize just how far I'd risen above so much that I found so troubling the day before. And because of that, I'd just keep beating myself down, saying that, like, oh, it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. There's still so much left ahead of me. That I'd always appreciate those moments when I would be with my therapist or my friends, and I'd just be able to sit down and realize there's so much that I've accomplished, that I was so fixated in the moment that I didn't give myself that time to appreciate it. And there's this feeling of relief, there's this feeling of satisfaction, this joy and fulfillment that I never feel, I guess, on my own without someone forcing me to be able to take that break and realize just how far I've come, and I'm sure there's so many people like that. There's so many people who I know struggle like I do with the day to day because it just takes everything you've got to put one step ahead of the next and to keep that momentum going. I just saw the or not just, but, like, I saw the Superman movie for the first time, I think, like, 2 weeks ago or something like that. And I really, really love that movie. I thought that there's so many things about the character of Superman they got right in that movie, but I remember the first thing I did right after I watched it is I went on a group chat with a bunch of my friends, and I told them they're my heroes. Because the fact that that line that Superman says that his greatest strength, what makes him human, is the fact that he's he's afraid. He doesn't know what comes next. But no matter what, he always puts one foot ahead of the other and keeps moving forward. And that's something that it's something that I never appreciated in myself, but it's something that I've always appreciated in others, that people will throw all kinds of curveballs at my friends, and despite all of it, they continue moving forward. They keep getting up, and they don't let anything discourage them. They don't well, I said they don't let anything discourage them. I'm sure, like, there are things that maybe do, but I've seen them overcome it too. I've seen them be given adversity and be able to overcome it, and be able to make themselves stronger and better than in ways that I can never imagine being. Some of my friends would probably say at this point that I'm being too hard on myself for that, but like I said, I just don't see it. But for them, I love seeing that in them, and I'm always so proud of them for that. But because of the fact that I don't know how to do that for myself, I want to implore people watching from home to take those moments to do it yourself. Just give yourself that time to appreciate how much you've overcome in getting to this point. Like, I want to offer this video kind of as a bit of a meditation on that. It's these videos I know, like, I've seen someone argue that, like, my Christmas and my Thanksgiving videos get, like, very repetitive. I feel like this is my chance to look back and meditate on what I've come to do up to now, and then my Christmas video is kinda like, well, looking to the future, where are we going to next? And there's still a little bit of time left in this year for me to kinda make those decisions, and there's a lot for me to start thinking about what I wanna do, but I wanted to be able to take this moment, this meditation with all of you guys to just reflect on this year, hard as it's been, challenging as it's been, and, as uncertain as things may seem in our future. Just take this moment and realize the fact that you're still here. You're still breathing, and you're still alive and still doing everything in your power to make it. And have faith in yourself that it will work out somehow. That's my little message to you guys, and I hope that that does reach through to people. And thank you guys so much for all the love and all the support. It's been, I think, now 5 years that we've been at this together, and I'm so grateful for all of those years that we've gotten to spend. And I'm looking forward to doing this for a lot longer too. I love you guys.